Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and in today's video we're replacing the factory mid-range and tweeter in this 2007 Chevy Silverado. Now in this install we're going to show you how to remove the door panel to get access to the factory speaker. We'll head over to the bench to show you the new speaker we're going to be installing, including the speaker bracket and harness adapter needed. We'll come back here and get this installed. Then we'll turn our attention over to the A-pillar to replace the factory tweeter as well. Let's get started. Alright, so before we get started, before we start trying to remove this panel, there's a couple of elements here that we have to remove in order to have that access needed. Now we have to remove our lock and unlock tab here. There's two 10mm bolts up underneath this panel here. There's one behind our handle release. And we also need to take this piece off as well. So now I have a little pick tool that's going to help me get the access we need. Also a little flathead screwdriver, and finally a panel tool. First thing here, let's go ahead and remove this guy. There's that little axis here where we can get our pick tool in here. Be very gentle. Now you don't have to take it all the way out, just enough to allow it to slip on off. Next, let's remove this little panel. Same thing, we're going to grab my little pick tool. Start working this guy on free. And there's going to be two 10mm bolts there. Let's go ahead and remove those. Next, let's remove this panel. Next, we need to remove this outer cover because there'll be two more 10mm there. Now, there is a little slot here at the bottom where you can either use a pick tool here or screwdriver, but it'll pop out and remove the silver finish, so it exposes the bolts that we need to access. Now these bolts are different from the other three, so keep these guys separate. So at this point of time, we could start pulling the panel, but there is a trick to make things a little easier. If we pop out our switch panel out of the way first, remove our harnesses, then it's one less thing that binds us up once we get the door panel off. I like to start here in the front, kind of work your panel tool in here. Disconnect your harnesses. Now, depending on your trim level, you may have to remove this sail panel here. It's 3 clips. Let's get back behind. Just like that, 3 clips there. Remove that panel here. Now finally we are ready to start removing the panel itself. Now I usually try to find a corner or a side to get my panel up in there, and I slip it in and then try to rotate it as it unsnaps the panel from the door. With that on free, we can go ahead and lift the door panel up, kind of wiggle it off. Now this portion is probably going to be the most difficult, as we have this main door latch cable that we have to disconnect. There are 2 tabs on this side that you have to basically squeeze in to reduce the circumference of our clip here, and then it slides on out. It's really hard to get you in there, so a lot of the time you can actually hang the door panel and not take this off. Just enough access so you can work on your speaker, but in our video here today we're going to go all the way and take that on off so you can see how to relieve the clip in the event you have to do that in your install at home. So with the door panel on the way, now we can have a better viewpoint of this clip here. The way that this works, there are 2 tabs right here and right here that you need to squeeze in I mean, you can squeeze them with your fingers, or you can get some leverage with the screwdriver. Once you squeeze these in, it allows this to pop on out, and then you just unclip your ball here off the cable itself. Then it comes on free. We flip the door panel upside down, gives us a better viewpoint to make that happen. Okay, so with the door panel off, let's focus our attention now on our speaker. Now our speaker here, if we pull this on back, it's a 6.5, and there's a 7mm bolt here at the top. Let's go ahead and remove that screw. And lastly, let's grab our panel tool and pry off the door speaker. Okay, you may have a little wire clip. Go ahead and disconnect that. And finally, using our flathead screwdriver, let's go ahead and press in the tab and remove the harness off the back of the speaker. Just like that. Okay. With this done and out of the way, let's go ahead and now head over to the bench to show you the speaker, bracket, and adapter to replace the mid-range here in the door. All right, so we're here at the bench. Now the speakers that we've chosen to go with to replace our front door mid-range and our 8-pillar tweeter is this Alpine component set. This is the S-S65C. What's really cool about this and why we chose this specific component set is the crossover configuration. The nice thing, what we like about Alpines, especially this line here, is it has a separate crossover specifically and only for the tweeter here, and it has its own built-in crossover on our mid-range. The benefit of this, because our mid-range is in the door and our tweeter is in the 8-pillar, we didn't want a crossover that required us to connect it to both the mid-range and the tweeter together, or else we're probably going to be feeding speaker wire through the door boot, or we have to run additional speaker or tap into the kick panel. Just makes things a heck of a lot more complicated. This keeps things nice and simple. We'll simply connect this in the door and connect this crossover to the tweeter lead there in the 8-pillar. It's a one and done type situation. So in this install, to install our new component set by Alpine, we do need a few other odds and ends. First is the speaker bracket adapters. It's the SAGM HR634. These are 6.5 or 6 3/4 inch door speaker bracket adapters to hold these in the factory location. The wiring harness adapter, so it makes this plug and play at least for the door side, we need these Metris 72-4568. These all come in pairs, so you can do both the left and the right side. So first thing we need to do is get our speakers mounted in our bracket adapter, and we're going to go ahead and get our harness adapter, which is a plug and play configuration. This plugs into the door, and then this simply plugs into the back of the speaker. Let's go ahead and prep our speaker install. Okay, so what we've done here is we added our harness adapter for the mid-range here in the door. We test taped our harness adapter with some high temp tape, just give it a little more protection. And then we got everything mounted up. It's nice and solid here. Now you're welcome to also go ahead and add fast rings or some foam tape to the back. It's totally up to you in your install. Finally, you'll see these little wingies that stick out on the sides of the brackets. The purpose behind those is to give it a little bit more structure and rigidity in the door. Besides just relying on the single screw here at the top and the tab at the bottom, you can use some self-tappers to seat this bracket a little bit more tighter, which we'll show you once we get to the door. So the mid-range is done. Because our tweeter has its own crossover and there's already a tweeter line there in the 8-pillar, then we don't have to do anything else to this mid-range here. Let's go ahead and get this thing reinstalled. Alright, so we're back here in the car. We are ready to start installing our new speaker. So we got our bracket adapter, speaker, and harness adapter all prepared. First thing we need to do is go ahead and connect our harness adapter here. Only goes one way until it snaps into place. Tuck that harness adapter down into the door there. And then next thing here is we need to clip in the base of the speaker so it rests there, and then we're going to put in that 7mm screw right back in that same exact location. Now, like I mentioned before, we can go ahead and put in the two self-tapping screws on the left and the right side of the bracket, just to give it a little bit more secure of a fit so it doesn't rattle around in the door panel. Okay, now it's always a good idea to double check and test to make sure your mid-range is working before you reassemble the door panel. Alright, so our door panel is totally all reassembled. Everything's working great down here. Next, let's turn our attention up to the A-pillar to begin replacing the factory tweeter. Alright, so we're here at the bench. We got our A-pillar out, and here is our factory tweeter. We disconnected the harness that went to it, and then the tweeter is seated here. Now we're actually going to reuse this harness adapter and wire this in. We did a little bit of testing, and the polarity is correct on this, where red is positive and black is negative. So we can cut this, wire this harness, this female harness into our new tweeter adapter, and there we can continue to have that plug-and-play system. What we're going to do is pop this on out, so let's go ahead and pull off our harness end. We're going to go ahead and push in our tweeter here. Now we got to pull our tweeter out of this bracket adapter. We're going to go ahead and snag some of this. We're going to leave a little bit of wire here just in case we ever have to reattach it. But for now, with that clipped off, we are done with this guy. We can set him off to the side. Keep this guy. We'll show you how we're going to wire this up here in a bit. Now, here is our panel to mounter tweeter. Let's take a look at our Type S tweeter here that came with our component set. So what we're going to do, this obviously is way too big. So we're going to strip this thing down to its bare tweeter. So we're down, and we're very similar in size to the factory tweeter. As you can see, they're very close. Now ideally this would just snap into place, but unfortunately our tweeter is just barely too big here. So our solution here is we're actually going to go ahead and cut these guys off, which now opens up a lot more space for us to fully seat this right inside there before we glue it into place. But before we do, what we're going to do next is we're going to grab our A-pillar here. We're going to snap this back in just like that. Now we have a great location here for us to go ahead and glue in our speaker. And it's nice, it's actually nice and form-fitted there. And it's already nice and tight. That's a great fit. But we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue up and around here just to secure it in place. Alright, so the next thing here, let's go ahead and prepare a wire harness adapter. Now this is the one that we're going to be reusing from the factory tweeter here. Here's our inline crossover. Again, this component set by Alpine is super convenient because we don't have to have a crossover that integrates the mid-range with the tweeter all in one. Since they have separate passive crossovers, the crossover is built onto the door speaker, and this one's only for the tweeter. We can simply hook this right on up to this lead without having to run any additional wiring. Again, this is why we've chose this type of component set. Now, this crossover goes in line. It is designed to have a full range signal, and you'll notice on your mid-range it does have a second set of spade terminals where this would hook into, but obviously we're not hooking this into the mid-range because we already have a speaker line right there at the A-pillar. Shorten this up a little bit. Now what we're going to do is actually solder these together. Again, like I said, the black side here is going to be negative, the red side is going to be positive, and we're going to heat shrink and solder up this connection. All right, so what we've done is shorten this up here. I have a nice short lead that goes right up to the tweeter. Passive crossover, and we have our harness here. Now we like to just secure this up into here. Little hot glue works. You can also put this down at the base here too. You just don't want this flopping around inside the A-pillar. We also like to test tape our harnesses just to give it a little more protection, similar to what we did there in the door. So let's go ahead and finalize our crossover mounting and test the tape and finish up this install. So we went ahead and glued in our passive crossover there. It's nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. And we loomed our harnesses, and we even remounted our factory female speaker harness plug and zip tied everything up. So it essentially will plug right back into the factory location here. At this point of time, our tweeter here is all assembled and ready to be reinstalled in the car. So let's head back and finish up this install. Alright, so that's about it for this install, where we replaced the mid-range there in the door and tweeter there in the dash. And if you're interested in also knowing how to replace the rear door speakers, we did that also on this truck, and we're going to include that video and link down in the description of this video. Also, we did a ton of other installs and are currently in the process of it, of a radio install, a backup camera install, and specifically for a video, we're doing a sub and 5-channel amplifier on this 2007 Silverado. So if you want to see any of those related videos, again, we're going to link everything in the description. If you like any of the parts that we used here today, we'll link those down at your convenience in the description of the video. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit the like button if you like what you saw, and don't forget to subscribe. We post great content on the channel all the time, and we will see you in the next video.